Pop culture.
That'll work. Let me get my bearings straight here. So I feel like we ended the intro segment. Not that this next section is racist or, racial by any demand here,
Anyway.
but
This whole show has not been anything but racial this whole time.
I want to talk about Ben and Jerry's ice cream real
JD and I
quick.
came in here, wrote a clean script.
I wrote a clean
outline.
I wrote a
and then
clean
Dom
script.
just crapped all over it.
This is my plan B script, so now I can basically say whatever I want.
Trying to talk about ice cream.
Yeah. Okay. I love Ben and Jerry's, right? They got like a million different flavors. So 420 was 2 days ago. Easter was yesterday. 420 was 2 days ago. And maybe in sports later, 420 blaze out. In sports later, I kind of want to talk a little bit about if marijuana should be legalized for pro athletes. We're not going to talk about that right now. But with Ben and Jerry specifically, here's what they did. So on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, what other forms? Not Snapchat, but on those three. Basically, on 420, they called on Congress to expunge prior marijuana convictions. They wanted to point out as a company that black people are disproportionately punished for possession and that, quote unquote, it's hard to celebrate 420 when so many people of color are still being arrested for pot.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, specifically, are brands like this, so we had talked a little bit earlier about how Gillette had stood up and they had done the whole ad on boys will be boys.
I thought was a great
and they
ad.
wanted to talk about masculinity. And so many people now in this culture, 50-50, right? You either got offended because they're saying too much or you thought it was very endearing in the fact that, okay, they're standing up for political goodness, right? So what are y'all's thoughts on specifically about Ben and Jerry's and them trying to stick up for racial justice and injustice, and the fact that they were saying that white people are kind of being praised now for actually the legalization of marijuana and black people are still being prosecuted for smoking it? Do you guys think that an ice cream company should be using, I put this kind of like, staying woke, right? Like, are they just doing this to, I don't know, have more clout for their ice cream, or are they actually doing this because they have people that are in PR that actually agree with this? Like, is this something that companies should be doing?
Well,
and why do people get so upset about it? Because I do feel like it's the right thing.
I definitely want to kick it over to our guests here.
Yeah.
But my initial thought is, I think if you have a platform and you have a message you believe in, you should absolutely use your platform for that message. I think that there is a double standard in our country. And I think especially when it comes to race, it is very much a precedent that started with the war on drugs. I mean, it probably started before that, honestly. But the war on drugs, I think, really exacerbated a situation where you had a number of men and women of color who were being unfairly preyed upon. And all the while, they're absolutely right now, as legalization happens across the board, as we see all the medical benefits and all the things that's opening up, all of a sudden the narrative has changed to look at these white saviors, and that is disparaging.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate, I don't care if they're an ice cream company. I don't care if they're a health services company. I think that if you see injustice, you should identify injustice.
Exactly.
And I kind of really care. I don't even care if it's like to be recognized as like woke, of like hopping on the, even if it, worst case scenario, even if it's like hopping on the bandwagon of like, we want to be recognized as a woke company. So I'm like, part of it's like, hey, are you trying to do something good? Yeah. Like, I don't really care what your motivations are.
Right.
Like, you're doing something.
Yeah.
All I say is somebody at Ben and Jerry's likes chocolate.
I knew I could count on this guy.
Dude, I felt like I had to tread so lightly this entire thing. I was like, I'm like, just go serious, Dom. Show me.
I don't know what Ben and Jerry are doing, but they got some chocolate. They got some chocolate fudge in their bedroom. All right, all right. That's what it comes down
Just
to.
a hollowed out pint.
She's like, you better say something. I don't give a. You better say something. I'm gonna be on that ass. I love y'all sisters, but y'all know it's true. Y'all know.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Look, all right, we got a relationship. All right.
I think that's the funniest thing that was been said this entire time.
Hey, that's all, man. Somebody got some brown sugar, and brown sugar letting them know that, you know, if you want to keep me, you better say something.
The guy just comes in disparaging into the office.
That's sisters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, stop playing. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all know y'all be running the whole show. We go outside, you know, we dress up Obama. He's like, yes. And, you know, so what we want to do is have healthcare reform because Michelle is whipping my ass every night. That's pretty much how it works.
Dude, I just imagine white dude walking into Ben and Jerry's on Monday, and it's like, "What's up, Carl? How's your weekend?" Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Exactly.
Guys, I think we need to have a talk.
Just like that.
Eat a Charisse.
Exactly.